Hey everybody. I just updated to the latest patch that came out last week, I guess. I was busy this weekend moving all my gear to a new place, so I hadn't updated yet. So I recorded a video of me flying a little exercise here around the airfield in the old version, and then I'm gonna do the same thing after having just updated. And then I'm going to replay the old track in the new version to see what happens, based on how tracks are set up to basically just simulate or mimic your control inputs. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So I'll just pick up here and do a hover. Well, that definitely felt different. So I'm going to enable attitude hold, trim, hold. Alright. Disable hold. Start moving down to the other end of the runway. When I approach the end of the runway here, I'm going to come to a stop and then back into a hover. Trying not to gain too much elevation as I slow down. Getting some saturation warnings in the pedal controls, looks like. Started that maneuver a little early. Alright. Back into a controlled hover. Gonna trim, enable hold, let it settle down. I'm not touching the collective, but it seems to have gathered itself up. So then with attitude hold enabled, do a 180. Just had to give it enough to break out of the and little right pedal, and wants to go a little crazy. Let's get that back under control. Alright, not bad. As I did that 180, I think I did that a little bit faster than I did in my previous track, but it definitely started drifting on me. Alright, so disable attitude hold, fly over here. Definitely had a little more speed this time than last time. Came over here and parked in the spot on the right. My last landing was a little bumpy. I'll come down a little bit slower this time. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Yeah, did feel a little bit different. I don't know if it's the end of the world and as far as changes go, but let me replay my old track in the new version and see what happens. Alright, so here I am in the new patch, in the new version, after patching, replaying a track that I recorded a few minutes ago before I patched, and we'll see what happens. Since tracks are basically just recordings of user inputs, if there's changes in the flight model and the way the aircraft behaves, I suspect things will not go as planned. First attempted maneuver here is to just lift off into a hover. Yep, that's not what happened. So what did happen before was I got into a hover, I enabled attitude hold, sat there for a moment, and then eventually took off flying straight down the runway. So, there you have it. There's definitely some changes that happened, but I guess we already knew that because I already flew in the new version after the patch, and it definitely felt a little bit different. So anyway, just an experiment. See you guys later.